Hey guys, I'm Kristen Banks with the Bagger Racing League, and today I have with me Tony Tucker with Tucker Speed. If you'll just tell everyone what Tucker Speed is and how long you guys have been in business.
We're just an independent motorcycle shop. I mean, we do your typical routine maintenance, repairs, things like that, but then we also do custom builds. We do a lot of racing. I've raced a lot of flat track, and obviously been really into Bagger Racing League since the start. And so that's, in a nutshell, kind of who we are.
Well, you just mentioned that you raced flat track. Do you have any other race experience besides flat track / how in the world did you get into competing in the Bagger Racing League?
I mean, I've raced a lot of different disciplines. I've raced motocross, desert racing, ATV stuff, ATV sand drags. I've raced RC cars, but I've always loved Harley Davidsons, and that's kind of where I went, my career path is as a Harley mechanic. I found flat track about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a really great way for me to get off of a motocross track because I was just getting too old and getting beat up, and still race on the dirt, but it was actually on a Harley, so it was kind of like a perfect blend of two things that I loved, racing and Harleys. And so I started racing flat track, like I said, about 4 or 5 years ago. Raced in the X Games a few years back. Had a lot of fun racing flat track, and I don't want to say I'm burned out on it, but I was ready for a new scene, and it just so happened about that same time, Bagger Racing League became a thing, and that made more sense, honestly, for our business here. That because we work on Harley baggers and Softails and all this, in our shop every day. And then I'm building a bike that I'm taking out on the racetrack that, it has a direct connection with my customer base. So it's really cool that way.
You just mentioned building a bike. Not only are you a racer, but you're also building the bike. What would you say is, on the building side of things, where is your area of expertise?
My biggest expertise on the building side is on the performance side, as far as, building motors and dyno tuning, because that's really what I specialize in here at my shop. So I would say that's my expertise. And then I kind of, as a personal goal, I've wanted to learn more and more fabrication skills and, kind of developing parts and things like that. And so the race bike has challenged me to kind of learn those skills and kind of test and grow as a mechanic or a builder in that aspect. So it's been great to be able to use my expertise and then also learn some new stuff along with the build.
How different would you say it is to build a bike that I'm just going to go ride on the road versus a bike that I'm actually going to race?
I think that the racing, is a great way, a really true test on, some of the things that you're building or changing to a bike. Lap times don't lie. You know what I mean? I could build a bike for the street and it might feel good going down the boulevard or up to the canyons, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, is it better or is it not? And a racetrack doesn't lie. You're either faster or slower. There's no guessing there. So that's the fun part for us, is that we're able to kind of make some changes, do some things, and get real results out of it.
Does Tucker Speed have any plans on adding another bike or maybe even competing in another class this year, like the New American Twins Unlimited, maybe? Maybe,
yeah. I mean, when the DRL started last year and I started building my bike, originally I was like, okay, I'll build a bike and I'll hire someone who has some road racing experience and let them, ride the bike, race the bike. And then I got into the build. I'm like, no way, I'm not ready to be done racing. So I decided to ride it myself. But we've also had some talks about maybe building another bike, to compete in one of the other classes, and then bringing in someone who wants to ride it for us. So nothing for sure in the plans, but we have talked about it. So, I mean, it definitely is funner to go to a race day where you got multiple bikes, multiple classes. I mean, it fills up the day, because sometimes when you're running one class, there's a lot of dead time in between, and if you got 2 bikes, there's less downtime.
Now, round 1 is coming up soon. It's on your home turf in Utah. How excited are you to race? at your home?
Oh, it's great. I mean, like last year, here in Salt Lake was my first, road race on this bike. And my results last year, I finished fourth in the Pro Stock Bagger class, and I was really happy with my results. And like, that was an awesome day. The bike, I literally got the bike done like the day before. So like, there were so many unknowns with the bike. So to go out and have the bike be as good as it was, and then me as my first race do as well as I did, was great. And so I'm super excited to get back out there, on the same track. I get to ride a track now that I've ridden before, where like last year, it was the first time I'd ever seen it. At least now I know where I'm at. And it's great. Like the hometown crowd last year, like, was unreal. Like, I had so much love from some of the fans and people in the stands and in the pits and stuff. It was really kind of humbling for me to see that. It was really cool to kind of be the hometown rider. And in Utah, we don't get that a lot. I mean, flat track, I have to travel. I'm never the hometown guy. So it's exciting to have it here in Salt Lake. We're really excited.
Well, in a few weeks, you will be the hometown guy, and we're so excited to come. But before we sign off, do you want to thank any sponsors or shout anyone out?
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole list of sponsors, and I'm probably going to forget some of them. But I mean, along, the bike from start, Behringer Brakes, Galfa Braking, Hoffman Designs, Trask, Baker Drivetrain, TMS Titanium, SNS Cycle, and I know I'm forgetting some. And then all of my crew here at my shop that helps make it, because I can't do it by myself. So all my guys, my wife has, full support in this. So I want to thank all of them. And we're really excited to get out here in a couple of weeks.
Awesome. Well, we cannot wait to be out there. Can't wait to see everyone racing. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Can't wait.